We've got three great splitting tools. Let's see which one comes out on top. Welcome back, friends, to Build a Lot Acres. My name's Case, and in today's video, we're going to be doing a little bit of comparison of some splitting tools. So first up, we're going to be doing the Fiskars X25 splitting axe. I know some of you were going to say the X27 has a longer handle, would be a better direct competitor to these two tools that we're going to test next. Fortunately, this is what I have, so this is what I'm going to test. So we're going to try to get 3 oak rounds that are the same size approximately to give a fair test. These rounds have been processed to 16 inches in length. This is actually going to end up being bundle wood. And this oak round is approximately 16 inches across. So let's give it a whirl with the X25. Naughty piece. All right, next up we got the Fiskars Isocore Maul. This round is actually 17 inches, so it's just a hair bigger than the first round. But we also have a bigger tool. Alright, last but not least, the Sotz Monster Maul. This is by far the heaviest tool. It's solid steel. Let's see how it does on this 16-inch piece of red oak. So let me say up front, I'm not a huge hand splitting advocate. I'll split by hand when I have to. If I just want to let off a little steam, have a little fun, maybe do a little friendly competition with someone, or if I want to break down some big rounds like you saw me do with the big hickories and the Sotz the other day. But generally speaking, I use my super split kinetic log splitter to break down all my wood and split it up. It's much faster. And I have a lot of videos in the super split, everything from the introduction, some different upgrades I've done to it, a log lift I did, which is a custom project, as well as a tour of the Super Split factory in Massachusetts, which I think was pretty fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. If you haven't seen it, go check out the Super Split playlist. All right, what do you guys think of the comparison? Let's go through the tools one by one. So first up, let's talk about the Fiskars X25 splitting axe. Now, like I said in the beginning, I know this has a shorter handle. This is about a 28-inch handle versus 36 on the Isocore, and I believe the Sotz is around 32 to 34. So the Sotz isn't as long as the Isocore, but this is quite a bit shorter. An X27 splitting axe from Fiskars would have been a better competitor, but like I said, I don't have one, so the video is what it is. So going back to the X25, so the X25 splitting axe obviously is a much lighter tool, and it's got a much narrower head shape than the other two tools. Now because of that, because of the lightweight and the narrow head, you're gonna have to swing this much faster to get the same result you are with these heavier tools. You can swing these two slower and still get equal results or better, in my opinion. But going back to the axes and the mauls, I think the axes work great. I think if you're a smaller framed person, or maybe you're elderly, you're probably better off with this tool because it is lighter. It's probably going to be easier in your shoulder. However, I think you're going to have to do some, pretty fast swings with this tool to equal those other tools. And because of the narrow head, it's much more likely to get stuck in the piece of wood. So you're going to end up having to push the wood apart or pry it apart more than you are with the other two. So next on the list is going to be the Fiskars Isocore Maul. This is an 8-pound tool. It's got a nice wide head, sledgehammer on one end, Maul on the other, 36-inch long handle with vibration built in. So it's a nice tool. And I would say some of the advantages to the Fiskars Isocore is that wider head pushes the wood apart much better than the axe, and the heavier weight head really does a number on the rounds compared to the axe. You can swing it at a lower speed and get much greater impact. So the Isocores haven't been around all that long. Maybe, I don't know, I'm gonna guess maybe a decade or so at this point. If you know for sure, leave it in the comments. But as far as these offerings go, this is the newest offering out of these three. It has not been around nearly as long as the other two. So with that said, let's talk about the Sotz. Now, for those unfamiliar, Sotz was an American manufacturer of wood splitting and firewood tools back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And one of their most famous tools was the Monster Maul. It's all metal maul. It's got a real wide head. It's solid steel. It's heavyweight. This is the original Monster Maul. Weighs in at about 16 pounds, which is a 12-pound head and a 4-pound pipe handle. They also offered bigger mauls. They also offered a 12-pound ladies maul. So they had like, 4 or 5 different models. And this is probably one of the bigger selling ones. But this thing is a beast. You guys saw this in the hickory video. I popped apart the hickory in the rain. If you haven't seen that one, please check it out. But whoa! Whoa! Obviously this is a much heavier tool. It's got a real wide head, and it's going to push that wood apart much easier, even at a slower speed. However, picking up a 16-pound tool all day long can certainly wear you out. And I would say for, smaller framed people, or for, maybe females or elderly people, this probably isn't going to be the best choice. So at the end of the day, which one would I recommend? If I could only recommend one, which one would I keep? Well, that would be the Fiskars Isocore Maul. I think it's a good combination of weight and speed and head shape. I think if you had exclusively huge rounds or really knotty wood, you'd probably be better off with the Sotz. If you had a lot of small wood that was knot free, or real short wood, I think you'd probably be better off with the axe. But if you have a good blend of different sizes and how knotty it is and types of wood, I think this is the best choice. Like I said, I think it's a good combination of weight, length, how fast you can swing it. I think it's got some of the stuff of the axe, some of the stuff of the Monster Maul all built into one. And this is what I would pick if I could only have one hand splitting tool. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope it gave you some food for thought. If you want to see any of my videos I've been talking about today, like the Sotz Monster Maul videos or my Super Splitter videos, please go check out my playlists. See you next time.